You want to know something awesome?
Yeah.
Legends in Training is a D&D podcast. For any content warnings you need, check the description below.
That is quite interesting. Almost as interesting as what happened last time on Legends in Training. Let's follow them.
I throw an acorn at the back of one of their legs.
Don't.
And on the cusp of the horizon, you see a massive castle.
You guys are going to scale the wall
Shouldn't be a problem.
and see if my dad is there.
Does he look like you?
Oh, no. You know Castiel? Oh, he's in the shit, dude.
Crookjaw is in the shadow plane dark portal place where Castiel is. Cudgel is here after the unicorns and stuff.
You guys have snuck up to the castle, and you come up against the walls. The walls are like 700 feet tall.
I can become smaller and we can fly up.
You see the actual castle. You see the courtyard has a bunch of giants just kind of standing there. As you guys are kind of sneaking around, you see a guy running in between these giants. Looks very similar to Larry in the sense of the clothes that he's wearing, and he takes off through the giants towards the castle. The rock goes flying and cracks into his back. You see a giant at the end who seems to be completely entranced. Sitting beside him in another small humanoid type of seat, a Eladrin that is kind of yellow skinned with red fiery hair. And around his head, you see this very small crown. This web shoot comes out. The mage hand grabs it. They fly towards the crown. As they go to wrap around the crown, the mage hand kind of flows through it. The thorn whip kind of flow through it, and you guys are made privy to the illusion of the crown upon this Eladrin. Sandira's dad stands up, pulls out a long gun. I think I have just the thing for this. Hold on.
Okay.
You hear something, and you see this ball of meat start rolling towards you. That's Gorp. This belt can do dispel magic.
I think I know what I have to do. I gotta see if I can save Dad.
Hey, and welcome to Legends in Training. We're here tonight with our classic cast of wonderful friends that I have with me today. I'm Zack, and these are my friends.
Hi, I'm Phoenix, and I play Aranea, who's a Simic hybrid. Do not forget to like and subscribe.
Hey, there we go.
There it is.
Don't forget to turn off the lights.
Drink water, don't pay your bills. I'm Tyler, and I'm back this week playing Sandira, an Eladrin Warlock Elf, and I'm going to go get my dad. I got to go get my dad. Daddy, I drank all the milk and I froed up.
You sound just like my daughter.
She's 0 years old.
Hi, I'm Dakota, and I play Robin Woodsley, who is a Vulpin fighter. For those of you who don't know what a Vulpin is, it is a humanoid fox.
You fucking idiot.
You fucking furry.
I'm not a... Don't kink shame me.
Hey, it's Madison, and we are back playing Neo Octavious III, and he's not looking great.
Hell yeah. And I'm Zack, and I play Larry. All right, let's dive back into it. All right, so you guys are just on the edge, on the outskirts of the forest before the big plain, before the castle. A lot of you have had your ass beat. Sandira, your brother Tyrion is allegedly on the way with a grouping of the scientists that he thinks can help, and potentially some of the other members of the animal courts, should he be able to convince them.
I know that more than anything else, I want to be in that castle right now.
I really don't think you do.
Should I wait? Should I?
I can tell you that your father doesn't look bad, if that makes you feel any better. He looks relatively healthy.
In a mind-controlled, psychotic way.
Didn't he fire a gun at you?
He did.
Okay.
Yeah, what's
You
up
can
with the,
see the hole. You can see the hole in the wall of
It's
the
right there.
castle.
What's up with the little holes in the castle?
It was a traumatic
Were
experience.
you not listening? Were you not listening to everything that was just said?
And we just saw holes appear in the wall of the castle.
Well, you have to cut him some slack. He did lose his tail, which
He lost a part of it.
which is probably
Still got
connected to
most
his
of it.
brain.
That's where his brain is.
Yeah. But yes, your father does have a what did you call it? A
Antimatter gun?
antimatter gun.
I did target practice with that thing when I was a kid.
He I will tell you this. He did not stop and think. It was a shoot on sight, ask questions later type of reaction. His first instinct was to shoot, it seemed. So I don't know if that's out of character for him.
Very much so.
This guy sounds fun.
Aiming it at a living thing is very much out of character for him.
Well, what would he fire it at?
Me.
Before you.
When you're out in the Isle of Beginnings, there's all kinds of magic and stuff. I'm sure that there's some magic anomalies out there that just come alive and attack. Or I don't know. I don't
So
go
he's just
there.
out there looking at a tree and then he just starts blasting.
My family was out being smart and doing research. I was at home.
And apparently cocked at the hip.
I was at home drinking with my bud pork long beef and
We are
dancing
never going there.
and dancing the night away.
We gotta.
We are never going.
Come on. When's the last time you met someone named Pork Long Beef?
If you think that's fun, you would love Crump Dumpkins. But
That sounds like a party animal.
we're getting off task.
No.
I'm a party animal.
You're half an animal right now.
So here's
Well, more like 9/10.
thanks, Larry.
No problem.
So
Still here, guys. Hey, it's Larry.
here's
I'm
what,
actually feeling pretty good.
good.
Feeling kind of snackish.
Stop it.
Here's what I'm thinking. Apparently, my brother is on the way. We can wait patiently for him. Hopefully, there's reinforcements. But regardless, I'm going in.
Like right now.
I would really prefer not right now.
Kind of on high alert.
And we do not know if it resets.
Also, there were a lot.
Gorp said backup was
giants.
on the way.
And it's not only the giants that we have to worry about. There are a bunch of what is their name again? The daggers.
I got stabbed
Yes.
and shot at.
And so
And rocks were thrown at me.
it's not just being stealthy of, the mind control, because honestly the giants are
Oh, that was easy. That was the easy part.
the least of our worries. We have daggers on the loose watching out.
There's just metal daggers flying around the castle.
Well, Octavius is hurt. Let's find somewhere not too far, I guess, to camp for the night. I'm sure that they're on you guys' trail, so we need to...
I don't recall anyone actually coming after us.
Did Gorp say about ETA?
Gorp didn't say anything.
Gorp said...
Yeah.
Did your brother say it?
Yeah. Sandira has a sending stone that he can communicate to his brother with.
Can you ask him?
Hold on. Wait a sec. You know what? I actually have a few missed calls from him. I keep this thing on silent.
Take your time.
I press it.
Sandira, God damn it, answer the phone.
I'm here.
Rock.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, so about how long do you think it's going to take for you to get here?
Health potions. Tell him we need health potions.
It could maybe take me a few days, maybe at the most a week, depending on who all we gather. I'm actually about to go into a meeting with the rabbit folk and try and see if we can get some troops, maybe some scouts sent out a little faster. They're one of the fastest races in the wilds.
Okay. All right. So then I guess we'll take a few days to prepare, because after Octavius and Aranea went in there, it can get pretty spicy pretty quick.
Right. You had people already go in?
Well, yeah, that's how I knew that Dad was alive. Aranea and Octavius went in. They found Dad. The crown was on his head, but apparently it was illusory. It wasn't solid. But when they interacted with it, it's kind of what triggered everybody.
Right.
So there's some kind of mind control. I'm sure it's magical. Maybe.
Just be careful on what you use that belt on. I don't know if the spell will work unless it's used on the source.
Well, would it not? If Dad's under a spell, why wouldn't dispel magic work on at least him?
It might, but magic is weird. All I'm gonna say.
Tell me about it. I get mine from a unicorn.
You can I trust whatever decision you make. Just make sure you think about it before you do.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll see you soon. Just give me a ring if you need anything from me because we're live and on the field, so I can maybe I can help convince whoever you're speaking to.
Right. Yeah, I'll let you know.
So what's their ETA?
As short as a few days for reinforcement, at the most a week for my brother, and obviously we need some rest because you're looking rough.
I'm not a very pretty bird right now.
I mean, we could spend these couple of days, checking out the perimeter, see what goes in, what comes out.
Yeah, let's try and get some
points of access.
Let's try and get some insight on getting in there a little less scathed next time. I appreciate you.
Sandia, roll me a con check, please.
7.
Cool. You drop to your knees. All of a sudden, you hear the whinny of a horse. The fucking, like the fucking, it yells out in anguish. And you see a silhouette of the unicorn behind the castle. Like a massive starlit silhouette. And you feel pain. Almost like your body's being lashed from either side. The three of you around him see these lash marks start appearing on his body.
Oh, I rush over to Sandira.
Whoa, what's up with this?
I kneel down next to him and what's going on and what's happening?
I don't know.
So you're just in random pain.
Oh,
I don't know what type
hurts.
of.
You take 4 psychic damage from this. Some people in the D&D world would probably be like, why wouldn't he make an intelligence save then? It's like his mental fortitude, his mental constitution,
For the viewers
Shut
listening
up,
at
it's
home.
my game.
our game.
Yeah, well, anyway. So, what do you guys do with this new information?
I lay down on the ground. I'm just like grasping my ribs. Like, were you doing to me?
I'm
Nothing.
Excuse me?
Are you crying?
No, you're crying.
It doesn't. I mean, it looked like it hurt, but it didn't look that bad.
I tilt my head up to see beyond the castle. What is the unicorn doing?
It looks like it's bucking up and kicking out, and you see the faintest wisps of like lashes going out towards its body.
I lay down I sit down next to Sandira, put his head in my lap, and attempt to
Smother him to death.
yeah, and put a hand on his wounds. This would be a great time if we had our cleric here. I don't know what to do, honestly. If this is some type of magic, teach me this.
Hold on a second. And I'm looking at the unicorn, and I place a hand on my chest, and you see a light kind of form around my palm.
The light flickers.
Ooh.
I think once it starts flickering, I go, okay, I think I see what's going on.
Larry kind of pipes up as he's looking at these lashes form on Sandira's body. And he goes, let me roll first. He looks at you and goes, I think I know who uses those whips.
Yeah, Larry, unicorns, right? Remember you talking to me about those?
Yeah.
I can see the unicorn I've grown pretty close with. He's huge just beyond that castle, and I can see whips going out towards him as well. What the fuck?
Do any of us see the unicorn? It's just
No,
Sandira,
it's just
right?
Sandira.
Yeah.
Sandira's the only
Everyone's
one that can
like,
see this.
What?
He looks and goes, well, they captured most of, if not all of, the unicorns, and they put them in a demiplane, and they've been just going one by one trying to get them to submit so they can create a powerful weapon. And I mean, they don't necessarily have like an order to it or anything, but this, I mean, I hate to say it, but it looks like your guy might be next.
I don't think we can wait on reinforcements. And Sandira starts to pick himself up.
Yep.
Aranea pushes him back down. You're not going anywhere.
We can't go anywhere.
Where?
We don't have to. And I try to force myself up.
No.
Okay. Roll a strength check against each other,
That's okay because Tyler rolls like shit.
Yeah, he does. It's okay though.
17.
Roll a 5.
Okay. The pain from the whips and stuff is honestly overwhelming. On top of having somebody trying to push you down, you just can't gather up the mental strength to be able to get your body to do what you want it to.
If he dies, I am of no use
But
here.
what use are you now? Larry,
Just gotta get up.
you
Where are
can't
the
do anything.
unicorns
Where
at,
are they?
Larry?
He said
In
they're
a-
in a demi-plane.
Yeah, in a demi.
And not one that we can
Thank you,
I'm
access.
Octavius.
They're
Thank
not-
you.
Not even here. Some other plane of existence. Either way, you run in there and you die now, you do no good.
Well, it's in the castle.
What do you mean it's in the castle, Larry?
It's in the castle.
A demi-plane is inside the castle.
Yeah.
And why didn't you say that before we went to the castle, Larry?
Listen, he said that Cudgel is creating this demi-plane to trap them in. It's not just there.
Well, yeah, he created the plane, but the way that we were taking them was through a portal that he made in the castle. He's been using the giants to gather them up and throw them in there.
So, listen, what if I got close to the source of the demi-plane and used the Dispel magic belt? Would it at least cut off his access to the unicorns? They may still be trapped, but
The ones that are the daggers that are still in there might still cause problems, but
We need the backup to cause a distraction so you can get close enough.
I don't think he'll make it. So when we get reinforcements, honestly,
Where in the castle is it, Larry?
we didn't see it. At least I don't think we saw it.
We did not see it.
Yes.
it's I mean, I don't know exactly where in the castle, but it's somewhere deep, like in some important room.
I have a very important question. What are the chances they don't know we caught you?
Very, very low. That one guy that got away, he probably blabbed everything.
I thought we killed everybody.
No, one of them.
One of them got away?
The one with the cool name.
one of them threw a smoke bomb or something.
Okay. I'm just saying that lying is something that we're not very good at. But I look like shit. You look like shit. You look
also
like
look like
shit. You don't.
I'm like
Thank you.
trying
We can
to
fix that.
I'm trying to get up and I'm going, I've never been better.
No, listen, follow the train of thought. Follow the train of
Promise.
thought. It's an excellent story. You were captured. You somehow managed to escape your captors, beat the shit out of them, and bring them back to the castle.
And I can just turn into an animal.
You kill one. You killed one. You caught me fleeing the castle after beating the shit out of these two.
And I can always just go through.
And as far as everyone else is concerned, you've just come back
You got to be Han
with
and
prisoners,
Luke at the same
prisoners
time.
of war.
I don't know who these people are. You keep referencing.
Honestly,
You've never heard the Ballad of Space Wars?
No, I've never
Robin,
heard
focus. You're confusing him. Focus.
it's the only plan we
It's
have.
Faith Theater. It's
of
great.
it. Listen, I'll do what you want. We can try.
How beat up does Larry look right now?
Larry looks good.
Larry's great.
Larry
We gotta
hasn't been
fix
fucked up
that.
at all. He's
Yeah.
just been traveling with you guys, so he's been doing nothing but recover.
We got to
And
fix that.
cooking.
We got to fix that.
What do you think?
Does
beat the shit out of
Sandira recall the promise thing that happened back at
Yeah, he's not
course.
stupid.
Okay.
You remember that?
Larry, don't forget, you made a promise to Octavius over here.
To be my friend.
And as long as you're his friend, I think you're immortal.
I don't
That might work.
I don't know if that's how that works.
I don't know how that works.
He said, as long as you're my friend, you'll stay alive.
Yeah, I thought so. The way I thought that meant was like if I died, like he also died.
But you can't die if you're his friend. I don't know, man. I'm in so much pain.
We have to do it.
My implication was just to make sure that you weren't going to become a turncoat.
Right. Yeah.
Or dinner.
Stop it.
Hungry.
You'll eat later.
Now back to the plan.
If we want to do this, pretend you guys are trapped, like, we can do it. I've got rope.
Let's go.
We get brought into the castle.
Bringing back some POWs.
We somehow break free. Demiplane.
I've got to find a way to hide this belt though, because we're going to be prisoners. They're going to strip us.
I can take it.
Eat it.
Is that how that works? Like,
Yeah,
anything
totally.
you
Wear
can
on
take
you
some stuff.
when you change animals, or you change into an animal, it goes with you.
well, yes, just give it to me and I'll have it when I'm a spider. And then, depending on what our situation is when we get into the prisons, whether I have to go by myself or however it happens, I'll have it. You have to trust me, Sandira. Haven't I just been the most trustworthy person? We're friends, aren't we?
I'm not physically well enough to get into that at the moment.
Exactly.
But I don't know if I can trust that your first instinct won't be to just murder him.
That hurts my feelings. I will listen.
Promises.
I'm not doing one of those promises. I'll tell you this. Since we have been together, since we have traveled, my opinion of you has rocked a little bit, but I will tell you this. I trust you and I trust your instincts. And if this is something that you do not want me to do, you have my word that I won't. You told me yourself that you will do whatever it takes. So I will put my trust into your word. And when the time comes when we have to meet face to face with our enemy, I trust that you will make the right call. As I said before, I am on your side.
The pain starts to slowly subside.
He stands up. He takes off the belt.
Now it's a party.
We have one good shot at this. Considering the radius, I'm kind of hoping that we can, I don't know, maybe catch my dad in the radius of it as well. But just promise me if you use this, you'll make the right call.
You have my word.
Okay. If we do this.
A beam of light shoots from the sky as you both make a promise in the wilds.
Oh, that never gets old.
Never.
They don't think before they speak.
No.
Didn't you? You know what? And so I hand Aranea the belt.
And I put it on.
Larry, are you wearing armor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Need you to take it off. We got to beat it up, make it look like it was a solid fight.
We
Without
also-
beating you up.
We kind of have to beat him up as well.
Well, we could smear some dirt and smut on his face. It'll be
you
fine.
both look like
But
shit.
we got to beat up your armor so it looks believable.
They
They couldn't just believe I'm a really good
Yeah, we can't
Let
just
us
fighting
know.
guy.
look what they did to me.
Have you ever won a 1v4 before? Exactly.
And we got to they got to believe that you killed one of us.
My hand kind of goes like this, and as it comes, like it does a little twisty motion. Sorry, I have to explain it because it's on a podcast.
No.
I do like a little twisty motion with my hand, and the quarterstaff appears, just wisps into my hand. I'll get one good one on you. Make
No,
it
we
look
just-
believable.
We just take the armor off and beat up the armor and put it back on him.
We'll do that, but he's got to have one
can-
realistic looking hit on him.
I can also cast minor illusion.
Oh,
When-
that's no fun.
Good
That
enough.
sounds like a real cool idea.
Well,
I
when
like that one a lot.
When the belt gets used, it'll go away.
That's okay by that point. By the time we're using the belt, that doesn't matter, right?
Right, because I can just keep casting it. We're just going to beat up the armor, and then I'll
Right
cast
back.
minor illusion on you.
You're
All right.
naked under there, aren't you?
He goes behind a tree and takes off the armor.
They're so weird about nudity.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm not even wearing pants.
Your shirt cocking in
Fucking Winnie the Pooh in this shit.
front of God and everyone.
I'm all fur. The shirt is just for the, so I can wear
All
the,
fur and fox dick.
I got,
We've all seen
I got
Into the
my swords
Woods.
and knives and shit. So I just got the holsters for that, but I wear the shirt so it doesn't rub me raw. I don't get chafed from my leather belts.
Go get the armor.
Go, please,
It's,
someone.
it's, been placed on the side of the tree.
All right.
I do a couple cool karate kicks at it.
Cool.
I'm going to take a nap while all of you do that.
Can't you just like blast it one good time?
Actually, yeah, no, I feel like if I Eldritch blasted it might just disintegrate. Because it's not being worn.
Eldritch blast near it.
Okay, so I did like 3 rolls and none of them were a crit fail.
Cool. Yeah, it's dented up. Bang, bang, bang. Clank.
I'll shoot a couple of arrows at it.
Cool. Couple arrows go into it.
And there we are.
Okay, and then to clarify, like when you wild shape, all of your shit just like vanishes, right? It's like hammer space, right?
Yeah.
So in order for you to use the belt, you'll have to become
Human again.
human.
That's fine. By the time
human
we get
again.
to that point, we should be fine.
Yeah.
So then we'll just give her the weapons.
Oh, you can put your armor back on, Larry.
But
Oh, okay. He tries to put it on, and there's like a dent that makes it where it's really hard for his head to get through. He's like, and he just finally fits through. Yeah, you guys really fucked my fucking armor up. I
We'll
hope
get you
it's
new
okay.
armor. We'll get you new armor.
Okay. All right. Are you guys ready? What are we doing?
I'm taking a nap.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna. We should rest up and then we go in.
And we give this one all of the weapons so they don't get confiscated.
Yeah, sounds good.
We talking short rest or long rest?
I need a short rest or a
I
long
just-
rest. I need a rest.
I'm out of all my hit dice. I need a long rest.
Short rest is long rest for me, so
It is not for anyone else.
I'll rest for 4 and
Keep watch.
keep watch / meditate for the other 4.
Yes.
Sleepy time.
sleep, sleep.
You guys rest?
How many hit points do I get back from a long rest?
All of them.
All of them from a long rest.
Fuck, thank
And
you.
half your expended hit dice.
Good thing too, because I was about to just give you a healing pot.
Oh, I also have a disguise kit. We could probably just paint him up a little bit. Who's good with makeup?
Minor illusion will work just fine.
Tell me the
Yeah,
guy.
but it's just, we don't have to waste magic on it. We could just
It's a cantrip.
do some
cantrip.
special effects
It's
on
a
his
cantrip.
face. I got a disguise kit.
Do you
there's
just
some
want to?
makeup
Do
in
you
here.
just want to use the disguise kit?
Am I good at makeup?
Imagine.
I'm pretty solid with makeup.
Imagine you will, you guys, someone coming to a party and bringing a guitar and going, who plays guitar? Who plays? Play this guitar for me.
Yeah, I could make it convincing.
So
Do some shadow around the eye.
do
a
you
little
just want to play with the
bruising.
makeup, Robin?
No, I just think it would be far less convoluted than constantly casting a spell every 60 seconds.
I wiggle my fingers. Poof, he looks hurt.
And if you get distracted, poof, it's gone.
Actually, no, not with minor illusion.
I believe that, and Aranea
I'm
walks.
taking a nap. I'm going to sleep.
Aranea walks over to Larry and like tussles his hair, uses both hands, like puts it up. I think that with a little bit of a black eye, he'll be fine.
Makeup time.
I'm gonna punch you in the eye, Larry.
Please do not.
No,
He's really scared of me, guys.
we're just gonna put some makeup on you.
He wants to hit me so bad.
Just wanted to look. Okay, put some makeup on.
All right.
Okay.
Don't sweat through it.
Okay.
He's probably gonna cry.
Nah,
through
this
it.
is oil based. It ain't going
It'd
nowhere.
be pretty bad if the disguise kit was not made to be sweated in.
You're right. What do I know?
So I break out the little makeup kit and I go to work,
All right.
giving him like some bruised eye. It looks like fairly fresh. It's a day old.
Well, hold on. Let's roll the dice and see how good it looks.
Sandira and Octavius are taking a nap.
That's a 22.
Yeah. Okay. Now you can describe it as cool as you want.
Yeah, okay. So we've got some dried blood coming out
Yeah.
of one of the ears,
Nice.
We've definitely got some soot marks on the cheek, and we've got a black eye, and he looks rough. We make sure to put some details on the arms and hands too.
Nice.
Oh, wait,
Very
wait,
nice.
wait. Neo sits up and removes the clipping of Robin's tail from his belt.
Trophy.
All right.
So yeah, I think we look rather convincing.
All right. Sandir, do you feel like you need to hit me still?
Not at all. You actually did a really good job, Woodsley.
I know.
That's the closest you're going to get to a thank you.
Okay.
So, what time are we going to do this? Being that it's the morning now and everything.
Well, I think maybe we take advantage of the morning, saying that you could say that you took advantage of us in our sleep.
Whoa.
Snuck up on us.
I'm sending you back to sensitivity training.
What?
And I think it's fine if we go now. Cindy, are you okay to walk?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm lost in thought. I'm sorry.
Rope.
He pulls out rope.
We give Aranea all the weapons.
Yes. Longbow, 2 hand axes,
I'm not
a whip,
used-
and a rapier.
I'm not used to having so much on my person.
A
I
whole
will
fuck
say
ton of
that.
daggers.
Yeah, no, you're fucking, you're encumbered as fuck.
Aranea is now no longer half naked. She's covered in armor and
Weapons.
Not armor.
because I would lose my druid stuff. So
Yeah, cool.
I'm ready if everybody else is.
You're going to turn into a spider?
Yes.
How long does that last?
2 hours.
How
Right.
long is the walk to the castle?
Larry.
From here?
You guys would know that.
We flew.
We did fly.
Maybe like an hour.
So we got an hour to find the thing.
I will turn into a spider when we are
Lookouts.
Yes.
Here are other crucial things to remember about the castle.
Yeah.
It had a big shut, giant-sized door at the front, and the other two climbed over it. So they didn't find a way in.
But Larry's been to the castle.
Larry's been to the castle. This is true.
So Larry should know how to get in.
We'll see. There's a chance he doesn't, though. So be thinking about those things.
Are we getting like gagged and blinded here, or are we just tying up our hands?
Tying up
How
our
far do you
hands.
think you need to go?
Well, what would you normally do with a prisoner, Larry?
I've never had a prisoner before.
Would you
I
want
can
them
see that.
seeing how to get to the castle?
I mean, if you look at the castle, you can pretty much see it from here.
Just tie our hands together, tie each of us to each other, walk us in a line. Stand up straight, shoulders back. You did it.
Big murder.
Yep.
Big confidence.
Big me.
I believe in you, Larry.
Thank you.
This is the role of a lifetime. This is your big moment, Larry.
You
this
look
is-
great.
This is what your life has led up to.
And once we're done with all this, you get to be technically a royal chef.
Hey guys, Zack here. For all the DMs out there that have ever had their entire party put all faith into one role by you, I feel for you, and just know that you are heard and you are cared for. And whatever happens, it's not your fault. They put you there. It's not your fault. Okay. I love you. Back to the game. You guys begin to start heading towards it.
Oh, wait, shouldn't we look beat up too?
God damn it.
I'm casting minor illusion.
All three of us.
There we
I got
go.
some makeup.
You got makeup. Yeah, minor illusion works on one person. Let's go. Come on.
All right, we
Make
made
up
Roll a
it up.
dice. Roll a dice.
put a makeup on us.
I think
All
only
right, that's a 7 for someone.
I think Sandira's the only one who needs makeup, right? Because you guys look like shit. Your tail's cut off. You lost
the
a
shit
bunch
beat
of
out of me.
feathers. It's only Sandira.
I'm going to say you guys took a rest, but I mean, like, your wounds are still there. It's
Yeah.
just you're back
Rested.
to being able to do something.
Yeah, so I look fine.
So, yeah, cool. And Sandira looks freshly lashed. So,
I think we're cool.
I think we're good.
here we go.
Let's go.
Chained up. roped up.
That's the way I
What's
like
the
it.
safe word?
Just a heads up, Larry did tie a special knot because if there's one thing Larry does know, it's how to tie a knot.
Good for him.
He ties a special knot where you guys can get out at any time, and he tells you that you just gotta like pull your arms in a certain direction and they will come off.
What's the direction?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Important, not important detail. And the same goes for the feet. So you guys are traveling. A slide steel guitar goes boom, wow, wow, as you guys travel, roped up. You get up to the castle doors.
Right. So I
Rope gang.
I'm going to turn into the orange babu tarantula. Look it up for the viewers.
She
And
said she's a fancy spider.
and I'm going. Who's in the? Wait, I'm going to climb up Sandira's like cloak, and I'll be on his back. Like he's a seasonal elf. I imagine that they would. It's not uncommon for him to have
Heads.
pets.
Sure.
And then also Itsy and Bitsy are there, so you have 3 spiders on you.
My pet owl bear back home.
No, you can't get it become real.
I want an owl bear.
No, I'm not that
Cute owl
guy.
bear.
No.
A little baby. We can raise it.
So you guys arrive to the door. Larry looks at it. He gives it a knock. A little slit opens up at the bottom, near the bottom of the door. Just because these are giant doors. And a guy's face is looking through. And he says, Larry? Is that you, Larry? Hey, Tom. Yeah, it's me, Larry. I got a couple prisoners. Let me roll this deception on Larry to see how
It's
good he's...
Tom and Larry.
To see how good the deception is.
Could have been.
Yeah, I got three prisoners with me. Sorry. I got 3 prisoners with me. I captured them. We ambushed them a little while ago, and I think one of them's related to the head scientist we got in there. Holy shit. Little Larry did something. Hell yeah. And he says, 1 second. As the door opens up, it's a weird door.
Wow.
All of you can fit in. Sorry.
It's a mimic door.
The door opens up, and it's a very tiny door built into the very big door. And you see a guy on the other side, real hunched over, kind of nasty, ratty looking dude. And he goes, Hey, Larry, bring him on in. And as you guys go through, he sniffs all of you.
Oh, don't. No.
Oh, the boss is going to have fun with you. You guys start walking. Larry begins to start taking you in. And Larry says, where are we keeping captives right now, Tom? Well, yeah, you can follow me, actually. And he goes, okay, sounds good. They start walking. As they're walking, Tom goes, so how'd you do it, Larry? Little Larry, how'd you get all of them? And he looks at him and goes, well, it wasn't easy. And you see he points to the dent in his chest, and Larry begins to talk on and on. They had me cornered, but I went out, hi-ya, and I had a little, yo, and then I kicked him. Tom, blown away. Absolutely blown away by the story. Well, I'll be fucking damned. You're gonna, you know what? I think you're gonna get a fucking promotion, dude. And Larry's like, hell yeah, that sounds real cool. Just some chit chat you guys hear as you go.
Can I?
I'm enjoying listening to you talk to you.
Yeah, it's so much fun, right?
Can I speak in?
No, you can't.
You're a spider.
So I just.
You could talk to other spiders, maybe.
Talk to Itsy and Bitsy.
Can I speak?
Maybe.
Can I say hi?
Yeah.
I never actually thought about this. Because I actually need to do a game plan. I want to tell Itsy and Bitsy to both make their way up Sandira's like. Does he have like 2 layers on? Right?
No, he's got a cloak and then he has a vest.
Mm-hmm.
He has no sleeves. He has elbow-length gloves. They're very fancy. And then his bracers with a whole bunch of leaves on them. Ask me how I know, because let me tell you what it's like to have to draw them.
Well, he's in winter mode right now, so
He doesn't have sleeves either way,
so the leaves are gone. Everything's just kind of blue and frosty.
except for his clothes.
His clothes got dead leaves.
He crunches.
I tell Itsy and Bitsy to make their way up Sandira's cloak, around to the front of his chest and go down his chest. It's just a better way to hide. So just 3 spiders being in one place, I feel like it's
You hear understood at the exact same time from both spiders.
Yay.
I hate that you said yay because both voices sound familiar as they take off to the front of the chest.
Wait a minute. Do I know what that familiarity is?
Yeah.
And I know.
Yeah. This is going to suck. All right. So as they said that, you heard a very soft, sweet, understood from one of them. A warm, comforting, sweet, understanding, understood. That brings you to a moment of nostalgia as if your mom was talking to you. And the other one is very energetic and excited to do anything to help you and anything to serve you. And you know that voice sounds just like your pathetic friend Theo.
I've never actually tried to. I've never actually tried to talk to them. She's shaken by that. She wants to talk more. Mm-hmm. But she does understand that she's in a tight situation.
Right.
But she's very shaken, and she in her mind, she knows that she will come back to that.
Right.
I feel like Sandira can feel her little legs stiffen on the back of his leg, on the back of his back, as she freezes in place and almost holds on a little bit tighter.
As you also feel two other spiders crawl over you and into your vests.
When I feel the other two, I'm startled at first, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, there's those things." Forgot.
Itsy Bitsy and Spider.
Itsy Bitsy and Spider.
It's probably not the weirdest thing Sandira's had crawling all over him.
While you're being kind of walked around by these three spiders, you do feel this weird kind of wave of energy. It's like that moment in like Pong where the ball hits the paddle, that like boom of like energy. You feel that kind of bouncing and rubbing back and forth with something in you. Like the power that you get from the unicorn. It's like two different forces of magic are kind of boom, 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 bouncing off of each other in like a particle accelerator, you know?
Gross.
It feels weird, but it's not so weird that it's throwing you off of your game. But you remember the last time you interacted with Itsy or Bitsy, you went into a complete mind fuck of chaos. You know, you remember that? That's not happening this time, but you do feel this.
Because it's like the exact opposite alignment of energy than what's being like afforded to me.
Kind of.
Okay,
Not necessarily
that.
exactly opposite, but like they're definitely not necessarily the most compatible magics.
Right.
Some oil and water shit.
I'm gonna try and just focus on being a good prisoner.
You think that if this was to interact with like Echo's magic, there would be no connection. There would be no way they could work together. And you haven't seen Castiel do any kind of magic, so he would probably be completely unfazed by these spiders.
All right. Well, I'm gonna be a good prisoner and just kind of keep my head down.
Yeah.
Sandira is going to do something that Tyler is terrible at.
Right.
And he's going to take mental note of where he's going.
Bro, oh my God.
And try to keep a layout of what he's seeing of the castle in mind. So if he sees like some doors or anything that might look...
You're like counting your steps.
Neo's
too,
counting
everything.
steps. Yeah, Octavius is counting steps.
I almost want to say that Sandira is counting the doors.
Okay.
So he knows like we entered X amount of doors away, et cetera, et cetera.
I do have a quick question for you, Sandira.
Yes.
You have a board. Where's the board at? Is it on Aranea's person?
I feel like, yeah.
Okay,
Because
just
I mean,
checking.
if I'd gone in there with the board and
It'd be weird.
There's a
It'd be
fire
weird.
elemental bouncing around in there. Yeah.
I was just making sure. I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to see how I needed to mess with your body. That's all.
You can mess with my body anytime you want.
So
Someone's got to.
you guys continue walking. Eventually you get to a point where there is a room with a cell. It's a big cell, and there is a giant beside it. And Tom looks up and goes, Open the cell, you stupid fuck. And the door opens.
What type of giant?
Cloud.
Ooh. Y'all can deal with that one.
And he leans down and opens the door and closes it. And you guys are now in this big prison. Big jail. Big cell. It's just a cell. Big cell. Not a whole prison.
Did they leave us? Like, are we like, I know like the giants in the like the front of the cell, but like did the creepy guy leave?
Tom
Yeah.
and Larry are sitting there, and Tom reaches a hand over Larry's shoulder and says, "You did a great job. All right, let's go and talk to the boss." And Larry looks back at you guys for a second, and then he looks back and goes, "All right, cool."
Well, did I see the portal or anything? Did I see anything?
You didn't
No, we
see
got
anything,
we got
dog.
taken straight to a cell.
That's the cool thing about being prisoners. Is like you don't really get to see all the stuff
You don't go
would
on a
get
tour
sneaking
de
in.
Castle.
Yeah, you went to a room and now you start
So
there.
maybe Aranea should go follow Larry.
Aranea climbs out of Sandira's cloak. Itsy and Bitsy, I'm assuming, follow.
Okay.
But the giant's still there.
Yeah.
But is he? Is it like the other giants, which is if I don't fuck with him, he won't fuck with me?
I don't know, dude.
I'm not going to test that out. She immediately goes and crawls up Larry's armor, like the back of his armor.
Cool.
Along with Itsy and Bitsy. Swear
Okay.
to God, Larry, I'll bite you.
Gotcha. As you go to climb up Larry's leg, he goes, "Ah!"
Bite this motherfucker.
And Tom goes, "Hey, what's wrong with you?" And he's like, "I think it was a bug."
Arachnid, first of all.
Larry took down 4 people, but is scared of a bug.
And Tom goes, "All right." And they continue to walk. You 3 are in a prison cell. Aranea, you in spider form are carried by Larry to a room. And in this room, since you're in his like armor, you can't really see too much, but you feel a massive pulsing of magic that is very similar to that moment you guys were in the carriage, in the caravan, and the portal started ripping open. Like that thick level of magic is a feeling you have around you right now.
Can I crawl down his leg? No, not like enough to expose myself, but enough to see if I can see anything that's going around.
Roll me a stealth check.
I got a 15.
Cool. Let me roll something. Okay. Cool. So you peer out. You see a large throne room with mounds of gold everywhere. You see a giant rift in the room. That is an opening. Then you see like a couple people going in that have whips and chains, and you see a couple people that are walking out that have the same equipment but covered in blood. You see a large weapon rack full of these weird and different weapons all over the place. From like specific types of sickles to fucking nunchucks to a short sword to like, I don't know, tonfas, like the craziest weapon racks of these weird weapons.
The moon veil.
Yeah, like a Moonveil katana, like the weirdest shit. And you hear a man begin to talk. It's Tom. "Hey, boss. Larry came back. And he brought prisoners. And he thinks that one of them might be related to the guy that we got." And you hear a voice. Delicious. Where are these prisoners now? "Oh, we got them in the giant's jail cell." "Wonderful. I'll see them soon." "Larry, you say you did this all on your own?" "Yeah." "Come now, boy. Don't be so scared." "Yeah. Well, they help. They were already hurt when I got to them. No, they weren't. And you hear another voice. I was there with them. They had no problem in that fight. It was us that were in the disadvantage. I only barely got out. Larry got stuck in some web. And you hear the cool voice go, Is that true, Larry?
You better lie.
You better lie real good.
Yeah.
Larry. Larry.
What are you doing right now, Ronnie? I need to know. This is important.
She's she crawled back up into his armor.
Uh-huh.
And is now just on his back.
Cool. Roll me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Crit fail.
Dope. I love this game. So, Aranea, how much health does a spider have? Can I know that real quick?
A spider has
While I roll some numbers.
that 12?
Yeah. No,
12.
no.
Oh, wait, no, maybe not.
It's a 1.
Oh, hit points, yes, 1.
Side thing outside of the game. Since it's a giant cell, are the bars really far apart?
No.
And
You can't just walk the fuck out.
doesn't she just revert back to big woman?
Yeah, well, whatever extra damage also goes over.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You hear, poor Larry. And you feel a dagger pierce through your back. And it goes all the way through you and into Larry's back.
Fucking hell, Larry. Couldn't lie better, you motherfucker.
You leave Larry alone. He did his best.
I'm killing him after this.
He might already be dead.
You take 17 points of damage. So, minus the 1, you go out of spider form and take 16 points of damage. Now, interesting things that are happening here. Aranea, you erupt from his armor, and the dagger kind of pushes out of him and more into you until it's to the point where it's in like a normal amount in your back, and Larry falls to the ground. Now, other interesting things that are going on. A bright light comes from Larry's body. Sandira, Robin, you see a bright light flash over Octavius, and then Octavius drops.
Ah, fuck.
Let's go back to Aranea. Aranea, you have been stabbed. You just exploded out of a man's back, basically, his armor at least, and now you are standing in a room. You see a man who is enshrouded entirely in cloaks, and his face is covered in a shadow. Like, there's sunlight that is peering straight towards it, and it is just blocked. You cannot see his face.
I bet you he's hot.
There is a man that is right behind you now that had the dagger, who is completely surprised. There is Tom, just a little bit in front of you, who is also surprised. And I'm going to say the leader is also surprised. So you have 6 seconds. This is a surprise. This is what the first round of combat. Since they all have a surprised condition, I'm just going to do a surprised round. What are you going to do in 6 seconds, Aranea? You have, I can't be more crucial than this, 6 seconds to make a decision.
That belt thing, what does that do again?
It dispels magic.
Can I just throw that shit? How do I use
You
this?
charge it? Yeah, use it.
How do I use this?
There's just like a button on it.
And it's
How close are you to that portal?
aren't we like in the middle of the room?
Yeah.
So it's safe to say that it probably can reach the portal while also reaching everything else around.
There's a chance.
But it's not guaranteed.
Right?
I have a question.
Right.
How close is that cloud giant to me?
What part of him?
Just him.
Because his head is like 50 feet away from you.
Does his head matter?
I don't. It depends on what you're.
Okay.
How about you tell me what you want to
Okay.
do, and then we'll play the scene.
So since I hear that happen,
Who said you hear it?
do I?
I don't think so.
Well, I saw something happen with
yeah, you saw Octavius
So-
fucking drop.
Sandira assumes something bad happened.
Right.
So what I want to do, I have Sandira has a want to be somewhere as badly as possible.
Right.
And so for the first time, he's going to face step.
Okay.
But since he's a winter elf, when he does that, creatures within 30 feet of me have to make a wisdom saving throw or be frightened of me.
Right.
I'm thinking if by some chance this cloud giant can become frightened of me and cause all-out chaos stomping out of here, because he was going to try and get away from me, as I yell to Aranea to use the belt.
Okay. So that's what you want to do. Robin, what do you want to do?
I'm running to Octavia to try to, check on them. What's going on? Are they just unconscious? Are they dead? What am I looking at here?
I'd love
Gotcha.
to know that as well.
And Aranea, what are you doing? You using the belt?
I was going to arm it and throw it as close to the portal as possible, as if you throw a necklace of fireballs at a hydra. That's what I want to do.
Okay, cool. All right, you three, roll me initiative.
Oh yeah, that's also including me.
Me?
Yeah.
What is my initiative?
Nat 20.
Cool.
There he goes.
17.
Cool.
16.
All right, cool. Sandira, you go first. I need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
All right. It has advantage because it's currently already being charmed. But if this breaks, if this works, it breaks the original charm that's on him. So what did he need to make?
A 12.
5 plus 6 is 11.
Yeah.
So
All right, I need you to do that, but without hitting the mic.
Oh my God, yes.
So, poof, you dissipate, appear in front of him. What does this look like?
It looks like you see this bluish looking elf man with long hair, and he turns into like a blue mist and flows right outside of the gates to the cell, right? And as he does, it kind of goes, the mist goes down into the ground and flows up under the feet of the fire giant. I mean, of the cloud giant, and you can see this frost kind of coming up over his feet.
Cool.
Like
And
chill
then you
touch
appear.
from Ben 10.
And then he gets cold feet.
He freaks out and runs down the hallway, slamming the ground and screaming.
Wait, do you get to pick who it affects? Or? Oh,
One
okay.
creature of my choice.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure it wasn't like an
No.
AoE and we all had to roll too.
Aranea, it is your turn. You throw the belt. What do you do on top of that? What else do you do?
I have Cindera's board, right?
Yeah.
I want to.
I didn't think about that. You do.
I want to fly that out. Is there like any windows around? Or is it just that door that we came in?
Yeah, there's windows around. Big old giant windows.
Something like a giant-sized creature would look out.
Yeah.
I want to fly out of one of the windows.
Okay.
Yeah, my plan is just to come back around through that big hole in the wall.
Now,
That-
she did specify before she threw the belt, she did press the button.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we got that. I'll handle all that.
It's just a leather belt. Goes, oh, shit.
You do get opportunity of attack from the guy who was behind you. He's going to get one more stab at you. Stop, as whatever the cool guy says. And we're going to make that swing real quick. Misses as you zoom out. Roll me a Arcana, Animal Handling, or Dexterity. So acrobatics. I need you to beat a 12.
13.
Awesome. You can rein in the fire elemental, and you can grasp how to operate this board basically. And you zoom towards the window. Okay. The belt goes flying through the air. Vroom, and it starts to pulse, and then it lets out like an electrical discharge just back in. And you see the portal closes. You see that the man with the shadow-covered face, the shadow drops away, and there's this hot dude.
Hell yeah.
God,
I knew
he's
it.
so hot, but he's so like edgy. And you see And you see he pulls back the hood. Covering his longer hair is this crown that you saw on the other guy. And he lets out a yell and takes it and throws it on the ground as he as it kind of smashes and splits in half. His turn.
I don't think the giants are docile anymore.
He looks at the other members, pulls something out of his bag, throws it, and another portal opens up. But it's not to the same place that you saw. It looks extremely similar to the place that you saw Castiel get sucked through. And they all jump in. You hear on the other side,
"What are you doing here? I just took care of Castiel."
The portal closes. You ride off. Now, a lot of cool things are about to happen. All right, guys. Robin, it's your turn. Just before your turn, you hear a lot of noise in the courtyard. A lot of noise. You hear a lot of yelling and screaming that is from very deep vocal cords because the vocal cords are so big, like giant sized. You hear the squishing and splatting of maybe water balloons. I don't know. Maybe there's a big water balloon fight going on outside. How about you roll me a perception check real quick?
All right. Yeet dice. Go. 6.
Yeah, it's just a big water balloon fight between a bunch of giants outside.
They're having fun. Woo.
So it's your turn, Robin. What do you do?
I'm running over to Octavius.
Yep.
I'm checking their status. Are they unconscious? Are they breathing?
Roll me a medicine.
All right, 18.
Gone. There's nothing in this body.
How,
Oh,
Woodsley, how is he?
He's not breathing.
I kind of nervously look around. I can't get back in there, can I?
I don't know. Can you?
Can you get this door open?
How many times can you do that teleporting thing?
I just need you to get this door open.
I look around, see if there's anything keeping the door closed.
There's a big old key on a big old hanger.
I pick it up with both hands.
Yeah.
And I stick it. I look like a mouse unlocking a normal person-sized jail cell.
I'll try to reach through the bars and assisting, lining it up. And
Cool. Roll me an advantaged athletics.
21.
Perfect. You guys work together, open up the cell.
I run over to Octavius, and I don't know, it didn't work on me earlier, but maybe, and I put my hands on him, and I try to use healing light to bring him back.
As you try and use healing light, your magical light flitters, like sparks coming out of your hand. And it's like you can't get the juice you need.
I slowly look up at Woodsley.
What-
Magic's gone. I pull out a healing pot and I start nervously just trying to do something.
You try and administer a potion. Doesn't work.
Okay, well, whatever's going on, we can't stay here. I put Octavia over my shoulder.
Cool.
And I run out into the hallway, and I did I see Aranea take off on my board?
No.
She's gone.
I yell for Aranea. She must have left. So I look into the throne room where Larry was being taken.
You'd have to travel a ways to get to the throne room. There was a distance traveled where you guys were just sitting in a cell.
What about your dad? We got to grab him, right?
Yeah, but listen, Woodsley, if you can't stay for that, I totally understand. Our stuff is likely in that throne room wherever Aranea was.
I'm going wherever you're going.
Okay, let's go.
You guys are running.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys are running, you hear the panting of somebody else as they're running through the castle.
I put an arm up against Woodsley and kind of put us up against a wall.
Yeah. You hear running. Sorry. A person comes running around the corner. They don't notice you. You see a man with an antimatter gun on his back. And he's running and he stops to breathe.
Dad.
Sandira.
Yes.
And he turns around and he sees you. You finally came. We
gotta go.
Gotta go now.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened, but the helm isn't functioning properly. Everything has been broken.
That was
the
us.
giants are crushing all
Cool.
of.
Can we just blast a hole through that wall?
Hold. The giants are crushing all of the hidden daggers right now.
Outstanding.
I had a talk with the chief before all of this, and me and him are in fairly good standing. So don't go running off. Just stay with me. We should be okay, but we still need to get out of here. I don't want to overdo our welcome.
Okay, wait. You went under mind control on purpose?
No, we were having conversations about the helm, and while we were there, I had another scientist with me, someone who's been with us for a few years that I trusted. They turned out to be someone else in disguise.
Okay, well,
That's great. We gotta go.
he's right. Let's
All right,
get out of
let's
here.
go. And you all begin to start running together.
I pull out the sending stone as I'm running,
Yeah.
pressing it.
All right. You only got to press it one time. What is it?
I've got Dad.
Fantastic. What do we have to do?
As we're running, I'm like, we need an extraction bad. We used the belt. It closed the portal. I frightened a cloud giant, and they all went berserk, and the hidden daggers are getting fucking murdered right now. But Dad's not under mind control anymore.
All right. I talked to the animal court, and there's some bird people that are coming to. They were coming to scout ahead, but I'll reach out to one of them. They can pick you up.
Okay, great.
Okay. Aranea, as you are flying over the castle, you see all of this chaos, this water balloon fight between giants where they are just exploding hidden daggers. There's so much blood in this courtyard.
Do we see Aranea in the sky?
Not yet. You guys haven't left the castle. What are you doing?
I'm going to fly around the castle on the outside of the castle and looking through the windows to see if I can see where they are.
Cool. Are you kind of hiding during this at all?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Roll me a stealth check.
I like that you already had your page open. Good job.
Yeah. I'm learning. Add 12.
A 12? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. As you're flying around, none of the giants seem to notice you. They're just so caught up in this bloodbath. There's a weird kind of rage going on here. It's almost horny.
They deserve it. They really do deserve it.
Same.
And you're flying around. As you're flying around kind of searching, at that point, you see Sandira, Robin, Octavius on the shoulder, and one other individual. You see that man that blew a hole in the castle earlier trying to kill you and Octavius.
That motherfucker.
But running with them.
Okay.
You see them down in the courtyard.
I call out Sandira.
Hey, it's us. Dad's okay. we have. I'm yelling to her. She's
I swoop down
way
a
in
little
the
bit.
sky. Okay,
we,
cool.
we have an extraction on the way from the bird people. Dad, this is Aranea. We've been traveling together. You tried to blow a hole through them.
Yeah, we've met before.
Can you take Octavius with you?
What happened?
There was a bright light. I think it had something to do with the promise between Larry and him. I don't know what happened to Larry, but Octavius just dropped. But can you get Octavius out of here so we can find our way out of here?
Yes.
I pet the board. I'm like, he knows where to go.
And I take Octavius in my arms, and I'll meet you all at the center point, and just gonna go back to like where we were.
And I grab my
center
weapons.
point.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
here's
cool. You guys
weapons.
stock up. You're back to set up.
I'm keeping the board though.
Okay.
Just as we're kind of looking around and waiting to see the extraction come in, Sandira tries to retrieve his quarterstaff.
Yeah. The portal that opens up to try and retrieve the quarterstaff is fuzzy, and you can feel your hand kind of grab it, but you see it kind of fade in and out of existence as you pull out the quarterstaff. But you get it out and you are using it, and and the glow is happening to you, but it's fizzling.
I put it back in the holster on my back.
Cool.
And let the magic dissipate.
Yeah. I got you. So you two and your dad need to get out of here. Can't fly. The courtyard door is that little door is still open. You can sneak by if you want. You can try and fight a bunch of giants, or you can just fucking run. Who knows?
Giants might step on us. Courtyard is open.
What if we just go to one of these walls over here and just blow a hole through the side?
He
Make our own exit.
takes his gun. He flips it over. He looks at it and goes, yeah, I think I have about one more shot in here. And he turns it towards the door or the wall, and a hole forms in the wall right at the bottom. A couple of giants turn towards you guys and go,
Run!
and you guys, blue skidoo, you can too, on out of the hole. Immediately, 3 boulders come slamming in right there and plug it back up. But you guys get out.
I have a feeling that the extraction will know who they're looking for. Tyrion sent them.
So, he's with you.
Yes. So
And your mother?
she's here too. Let's not breathe easy yet. We got to get out of here.
I had to breathe. I
This one,
can't
I'm like
run.
sprinting on all 4.
I haven't run like this in a long time.
Shake it off.
You guys get back to the woods, and the avian folk come and pick you up. They stop and they see you, and they come down. A couple of them see Octavius, kind of bow their heads, pick him up, and they fly in a different direction than the rest of you. But you are all taken back towards the rabbit folks' nest. You guys land. One of the first people to greet you is General Thunderfoot. He goes, what do we have here? You seem to have come back. Is everything good?
Good is a way to put it. So this is my dad. Come to find out, I'm not sure if Tyrion was relaying the information, but he was under a mind control. We had sent Octavius and Aranea into the castle to scout out to see where he was. And they saw a crown on his head, but when it was interacted with, it was illusory. He was under some kind of spell. He's even been in contact with the giant chief, I believe it was. We were able to dispel the magic that was on him. It's Cudgel, sir. He's behind this. The giants were under a spell too. I was able to break the spell from one of them, and that's what ensued this chaos that led Cudgel to flee.
Yes, I'd been talking with the giants. They haven't used that crown in years. Apparently, they just kept it on display as sort of a respectable piece. Apparently, it still had all of the magical power that it once had, but someone who unfortunately I let in got a hold of it and was using it to their advantage. But nonetheless, a pleasure to meet you. I need to find my researchers. We have to fix the problems we've made. And he starts to walk past, and General Thunderfoot puts his hand on your shoulder and says, well, good job, me boy. I had a feeling you'd do good.
Thanks for giving me a chance. Woodsley, whenever we went to go get our stuff, we never saw the crown.
The only person that saw the crown cracked was Aranea. Yeah. So your father goes rushing into the rabbit hole.
I think I follow him.
Cool.
I haven't seen my dad, and last I saw him, he was leaving for another one of his research trips, and I don't get to see him that much. So
Who was this other guy that he saw that disguised himself as someone else?
That's a really good question, Woodsley. It could have been Cudgel, honestly. We'll have to ask him. He's got busy old brain. He's gonna be like this for.
We should probably learn who that is.
Yeah.
He runs. He finds your brother. Your brother seems to have already taken some initiative and has already started working on something. You see structures that have been built in this one singular room in the rabbit hole that seems like it's been given to the scientists to kind of exist. And on y'all's way through, you see rabbits here and there kind of congratulating you, clapping, applauding. You see one very large-stomached rabbit along the way. And you get to the room. You see some kind of like generator thing, and they look like they're running tests and everything. And you see that a group of them are kind of pointing their hands towards this thing, and it looks like there's some kind of energy going between them. And I'm assuming at this point, all of you are kind of following him behind. And so you're all in this room. Your father sees your brother, and your mom. And he kind of walks over, and he doesn't even waste the time to like start the family reunion. He's like, all right, so how much longer do we have? And your brother's like, well, if we can get just a bit more time, we can open up one. Your father goes, for how long? And he says, a few hours at the longest. And your father turns around and he looks at you and he looks frustrated, but he comes up to you and he goes, Sandira, I've got a few questions for you.
Okay.
If you had to pick between going after Cudgel or helping out a race of unicorns from extinction, which one would you pick?
I think we should save the unicorns because that's who they're trying to siphon power from. And if we go after just Cudgel, wouldn't he would still be able to siphon power from them, and he'd be too powerful. If we can cut off his power at the source, wouldn't that make more sense?
Well, from what I understand, there's no other way for them to get back to the unicorns. But you in the back, as he talks to Aranea, did you see where Cudgel went?
I saw him throw down another portal, and I heard the voice of a different man. And they all went through the portal, and that was it.
What did the place that he went look like?
Honestly, it was very similar to the portal that Castiel and Echo went through. Very dark, shadow-like.
Okay.
Oh, Castiel and Echo are more Vishtari, my friends.
Good. So, we can open one portal up now. I don't know how long we can hold it. It sounds like a few hours. We can open one up to the demi-plane, or we can open one up to the shadow plane. I don't know. The only way we'll be able to open another one up is if a considerate amount of magic is acquired.
I place a hand on Sandira's shoulder, and I motion him to turn around with our backs turned towards everybody else. Sandira, I'm going to let you know something right now, and I know this is going to sway your decision, but the man I heard said that he, in his own words, had already taken care of Castiel. Now, I will say this. If there was some way, because I like to believe that Castiel and Echo wouldn't go down without a big fight. If there was some way to get them both here, we could use Echo to get a big source of magic. You've seen what they can do, along with any magic I have to open up another portal. But we would have to go on the theory that they are still alive.
And that's a small chance, but a considerable amount of magic can also come from the unicorns.
Yes.
So,
wait, if they opened a portal in the castle, would they not need supplies there to keep it fed or whatever? However these portals work? Would they not have supplies?
Sandira ain't seen but one portal, and he saw his brother through it.
Well, I'm saying you saw the portal, right? Mm-hmm. They had the ability to open another portal.
Yeah, but it was...
He just threw something.
Yeah, he just threw something down. I don't think I saw exactly what it was.
They clearly didn't have time to wipe out all the inventory in the castle. And Mr. Dad over here, you know the chief of the Giants. Think we could get safe passage back into the castle and check their inventory?
Why would we want to go back there?
They might have inventory that could assist with these portals. I don't know how they work, but they ever open them somehow.
If you want to spend that time, if you want to spend the time going back and gathering materials, then yes, we can open both portals, but I don't know what it will cost. And you, again, can make me a Constitution saving throw. This time with disadvantage.
11.
You fall to the ground again, and this time it feels like your skin is peeling off of you. Like a piece of you is being removed. And you hear the screaming of horses. Unicorns.
Open the unicorn portal.
Okay. You also take 6 points of psychic damage. As you can feel like the essence that you have tied yourself to being ripped off. Your brother looks at you and sees you in pain, and he hears you say, just open the unicorn portal. And without hesitation, he says, all right, let's go. And he flips a switch, huge arcs of magical energy. A rift opens. I'm not going to make the stupid rift I made in the fucking worst sound in the world. Viewers, I'm sorry you had to listen to me do that so many times. You hear the ripping of a rift open up, and you can see through it, and it's like this orange hazed plane that there are a fuck ton of unicorns in. It looks like, if you've watched the videos on like slaughterhouses, it's kind of like that, but orange, and you see a bunch of hidden dagger individuals that have tools and weapons, and each one of the unicorns seems to be tied down and stuff. But it's open.
Kill them.
You heard the man.
There's only enough magic for a few people to go, and some people have to stay to keep the portal open. I'm sorry, I know you just went through a lot, but maybe 5 at the most.
I've been picturing them in like a fence.
The people?
Yeah.
They're in a burrow.
No, I'm talking about the unicorns.
Not really. It's like this massive mechanical sort of thing that's like you got them yoked down, their feet chained to the ground, and it's like a whole thing.
So do I see the main mechanism that's like holding it all together? Like, is it like a mechanism?
It doesn't really have like a focal point.
Okay.
There's not like a big metal thing that's holding it all together. You hit that and all of a sudden everything unlocks.
Oh, we get a couple of the best. We run in, take them out, and free the unicorns, and we're in and out.
You do know that if you can get some of these unicorns free, the more you get free, the less hidden daggers there's going to be, bud.
I rise to my feet and I pull my quarterstaff out.
You guys see Sandira's quarterstaff erupt with light energy from the same color that it's been, and you see this power coursing through him so intensely.
I look over at Woodsley and Aranea. This ends now. Who's going with me?
Hey, Thunderfoot. Hey, you want to knock out some bad guys?
Well, I think that'd be a jolly good thing. Let's go.
As I go to walk in, I turn around and I look at Dad and I go, I'm going to do you a favor. Go see Mom.
He gives you a hug and says, I'm sorry I can't give you more. Thank you. I'm so proud of you.
Hey there, it's Tyler, and I currently share the world record for number of Legends in Training episodes recorded with 4 other people. Can you guess who they are? Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. I hope that you were as surprised as we sounded when you found out that thing about Sandira's dad. I can't give away specifics as I've been informed that some sicko out there only listens to my outros. Wherever you happen to be listening, be sure to like, rate, comment, share, etc. This really helps push us in the algorithms. I also want to thank everyone who's been doing this already, as we've seen a constant growth in our analytics, so let's keep it going. By the way, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at AreWeLegend to keep up with new episode releases and everything else we have going on. Drop us a comment or something, or you might wake up to a nice surprise from Gorp, who's a very good boy. Going into the new year, we couldn't be more excited about the things we have in store for you, and we sincerely hope you'll continue this ride with us. Be sure to tune in on January 12th when we catch back up with Castiel and Echo to see what they do with their newfound abilities. Until next time, we are Legends in Training.